If one of her people was in need of comforting and she was able to provide it, then she would. Those in line stared at Ceana with shock, a few of them taking steps backward. Ceana placed a hand on Mary's back and bent forward to whisper, "Hush now. You are safe with us." Mary glanced up at Ceana, swiping at the tears on her face as she did so. "Tell me why you're crying," Ceana said softly. "We'll not judge you." The poor woman clutched at her heart. "My family is gone." "Where have they gone?" Ceana wondered if they'd entered into the games, but Mary didn't look old enough to have a child who would be of age to enter. "My husband was... he was thrown into the oubliette, and my baby... she... died." Ceana's heart lurched at the news. "The oubliette?" A dark hole where criminals were tossed and left to starve and die. She wasn't aware there was one at Sìtheil, but she supposed she shouldn't have been surprised. "Can you stand? I'm certain Prince Macrae will want to hear what you have to say." It was the first time she'd used his title, and it sounded odd to her ears. Mary nodded, and Ceana helped her to stand. "I'm going to return to my chair. Are you well enough to tell your story on your own?" The woman straightened her shoulders and nodded. "Aye, my lady." Ceana smiled warmly and then returned to her chair. MacRae nodded his approval. Mary smoothed her skirts and took a long, deep breath. "We were starving. Our share of the harvest was required for tax payments." Her throat bobbed as she swallowed. She kept her gaze toward the floor. "The only way for us to eat was for my husband to go and hunt." "Which was forbidden," MacRae pointed out, though he kept his voice soft. Mary nodded. "He returned with a rabbit, but while we prepared a stew, 3 guards from the castle arrived. They dragged him from the croft and began to beat him on the ground. They set our croft to flames. They raped me. When they were finished, I rushed back in to get my baby, but it was too late. My husband was gone, and I was alone, with no home and no family. He died in the oubliette they tossed him into." "When did this happen?" She shrugged. "I don't know. It has been many nights. Many weeks, I think." "Where have you been?" Mary swayed on her feet. "I have been held prisoner." "By who?" Again she shrugged. "I do not know." There was a loud grunt from someone in the line behind her. Ceana glanced over the line but could not figure out who had made the noise or why. "We offer you our sincerest condolences for the loss of your husband and your child," MacRae said. "You should not have had to suffer their loss, nor the torture you've endured since." One of the male council members from behind cleared his throat, audibly irritated. Ceana couldn't help but wonder if he had something to do with her imprisonment. She didn't dare look at him, as much as she wanted to. There was something incredibly wrong with the superiors at Sìtheil, as if the darkness of the land had seeped into their souls. "Many thanks, my lord," Mary said. "What is it you seek from us?" MacRae asked. "I have no money to..."